Hi, my name's Emily. I'm coming to you from my makeshift studio at home during lockdown. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my work and the exhibition Additions and Alterations, currently on at Dunedin Public Art Gallery, behind closed doors at the moment. To give you a little bit of a background about my work, I'm fascinated with the artificial ordinary. So I guess representations of the everyday, such as, I guess it started with miniatures and doll houses for me, and that's led to showrooms, like model homes, hotel rooms, film sets, dioramas, things like that, when you reconstruct a domestic space, something very strange happens because it is very ordinary. It is what you're used to being, you're used to spending time in, but then something quite strange happens when it becomes artificial. So my practice has a foundation in painting, but it all starts with the searching and collecting of found objects. So if I use my work, Sure and Natural Flesh Blush as an example, which is the first work that you kind of see as you enter the exhibition. That began with searching for a series of vintage hand basins throughout New Zealand on Trade Me, building recycling centres, and with that as a starting point, I then matched it with background, which was actually, in this case, like a foam marble, almost like a Duracell. And then drawing from my big collection that I have in my studio of a whole range of different objects, I started taking photographs of objects actually on the basin, and then using these source images to make paintings that I then placed onto the sink as, I guess, a bit of a contained installation. And you can see that doubling occurring. I recreated in some ways the marble technique, captured the surface of the sink, which is always very satisfying, getting that shine. So I'm also, as you can see, pretty interested in the bathroom ceramics and the ideas around the bathroom, what these means. This bathroom is, I guess, is a site of like ritual, of cleanliness, of getting ready, of all of those connotations that are quite often gendered. And also they're just such amazing sculptural objects and can be quite bodily with the taps and them acting as a vessel. So with that leading into my process, I guess I'm also really fascinated with what happens to artworks when they're sold, when they go into the world, and their environment that surrounds them. So when curator Lauren Gutzel from Dunedin Public Art Gallery came to me, she had an idea of responding to 8 works in the contemporary collection at DPAG. And she'd seen one of my installations where my paintings sat within kind of a semi-immersive environment. And as you stepped in, these were the paintings that existed in this strange world. So she'd come to me with that in mind, and thinking of ways that I could maybe respond to existing works. So instead of responding to found objects, it was actually the other people's artworks as a starting point. So that got me thinking about, I guess, the role of art in their environment and what happens to works when they do leave the artist's studio. How much autonomy you have to give up, that you no longer have control of what does happen to your work. And suddenly I had been given the opportunity to come in as the only, I guess, active artist in this exhibition and change the context in which they were maybe originally intended to be shown, if they were just intended to be shown on a blank white wall, create an environment around them. I thought, what would happen if I created like a showroom kind of display around each of these works,